Big time, still here at EPIC34, here with some more interviews. Today I've got Roooc, one of the casters for the event. Thank you so much for doing this with me. So first of all, the first question I want to ask is, how is casting different for you in this LAN environment compared to online?
Well, it's not quite as comfortable, I'll be completely honest with you. I mean, sometimes I like sitting at home and joggers, or, well, let's be real. But you know what, having people shouting and screaming, I'm very much a person who kind of thrives off of other people's energy. So that for me is absolutely fantastic, and I love it. And I'm sitting there with Jay, he's being loud as fuck as well. Sorry,
that's fine.
Sorry, being very loud as well. And it's just a really good time. I've only done 2 games so far, and I'm already like really excited.
Yeah, for sure. Have you done many of the Valorant LANs in the past? I mean, I know there hasn't been many in the
No. So other than like one King of the North, which didn't really have too many people around. This is like the only LAN cast I've ever done, and like, I mean, massively different scale. We didn't have people shouting and screaming really in the same way. We didn't have that same kind of atmosphere. So it's really different, and I love it.
So, out of all the Valorant teams that you obviously get to go today, was there any you're particularly excited about? Any you're particularly looking forward to casting?
Well, I mean, Mixed Energy are very strong, and they're a team who kind of, they're second seed and they're solid as well. I mean, the first seed obviously you're mentioning, but interested to see exactly how they're going to kind of come on up. They've got like Soulcast and all the players who are pretty solid. But if you want like the team who I was most excited to cast was John Howard. So they're like 8th seed. I think the seed for the most part is really good, but I think John Howard got done dirty real bad because they're a really solid team who've been playing like the ESL Prem and stuff, and have been putting up some decent performances, and they showed some really solid macro game earlier, and they basically like 13-1 the team who was higher than them in seeding, and I was like, well, yeah, you know what, that's pretty good.
That's great. Yeah, I saw the Yoru pick by them.
I know, it was so surprised. I literally was like, that's really weird, surprised they're picking it. And then it kind of went on, and it was like, for their kind of macro style, and because Haven's quite a big map, so you can like play around, throw out stuff, and it actually worked pretty well for them, especially with dimensional drift, so it was good.
Yeah, so now I'm going to ask a big question here. If you had to pick one team, who do you think is going to win it? Who do you think is going to take home the crown?
I think Mixed Energy, honestly. I think they've got the power to be able to do it. I think it'll be difficult, but I think they can take it.
Would you expect a Mixed Energy Vexed final? I think that's...
I know it's like first and second seed. It's such a cop-out to say, but yeah. I mean, Vexed are just like really good. But I think Mixed Energy, like, mixes do surprisingly well. And I think people sleep on them because they say, oh, they're not very well coordinated. But also, you've got like a lot of very experienced players. They're going to be able to come together quite well.
Final question: if you could make any little buff or nerf for Valorant, you had creative control for one day, what are you doing?
That's a big question. I'd buff Phoenix. I really like Phoenix. I'm bad at Phoenix, but he's my boy. I love playing duelists who have flashes. I play a lot of Sky as well and stuff like that. I like just being able to execute. It's either that or a buff for Brim. But I don't know what I'd really buff for Brim. Like make his smokes bigger?
I'm on the work from take too. Love Brimstone. It's great. I suppose. And that's everything. Thank you so much for your time, man.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. Best of luck with your cast.